Okay. I know I said I wasn't going to put any more videos in this little holiday series, but I couldn't resist. Call it the hocus pocus in me. I was just feeling a little more holiday-esque, and time allows for an extra video today. So, or an extra filming of a video. So here exactly is that. I want to talk about things that we need to stop doing before the holidays because they are costing us our precious sales in our handmade businesses. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Strategy Studio, my friends. This is a value based hub for part time handmade business owners that are serious, but they don't want to quit their day job or give up their precious time with their families. Like me. I love my day job. I have 3 young kids. I don't want to give up all of my nights, my weekends, my sanity to make more sales, right? But I'm still serious about being a handmade business owner. So this channel here is where all of those things come together and magic happens. Okay. But I don't know if it's magic necessarily because it's based in like actual strategy. And I'm feeling like very laid back. I'm hoping you're enjoying this kind of style. I go back and forth about whether or not it's like more or less professional to be just kind of like chilling in my chair here. But this is the vibe that I'm going for today. So hopefully you enjoy it. My name is Sarah. Thank you so much for watching the Strategy Studio. Let's go ahead and get into it. These things that are really costing us sales, our precious, precious sales this holiday collection season. I never know if I should say holiday season or this holiday collection or like a mixture of the both. I don't know. I'm feeling very like jazzed at the moment. Maybe it's my little mini Alani that I have. I am obsessed with them. They're my favorite afternoon treat. They have taken the place of my afternoon snacks that I go and forage for around various classrooms in my elementary school. So anyway, yes, okay. These things are costing us more sales in our handmade business, and we need to band together. We need to come together as one unit and promise to stop doing them. And the first one is overproducing or constantly creating new products instead of marketing things that we have already made to our customers. Our customers repeat buy from us, right? Hopefully, our customers repeat buy from us because they trust us and they know us and they know we have something of value for them. And if you don't have that, I hope it's because you're just starting your business. But if you're into your business and you're still not seeing that kind of like repeat customer or loyal customer type of community growing, I would highly recommend you watch my totally free brand concept workshop because I think it might be a miscommunication between what you think you're saying and what your customers are hearing about your business. And that workshop there is going to help you figure out where the problem is and truly grow into a customer obsessed brand, like one of those with a cult following. And that's exactly what we're going for. So, like I was saying, overproducing these new products. Number one, they're never going to guarantee sales if you don't have like a strategic way of introducing them. Number two, the products that you have are already great. I'm assuming they are sellers for you already and that you don't have them just kind of like sitting on the shelf somewhere. I'm assuming they have some sort of visibility and you have sold them before. So your customers are going to know them and trust you when you recommend them. You can also take this opportunity to share more information because the gift giving season is when we're all putting our best foot forward, right? So that includes your customers. Your customers want to buy products that they know are going to be amazing. And what better way to provide those products to them than to sell something that they have had before, if that makes sense. The other thing that I myself am hugely guilty of is spending time making like a tweak this minor on my product and then having to redo everything that follows that, like remaking the label, fixing the copy on the website, updating my social media posts, making sure that everyone has clear and accurate information. It's something that seems like it's not going to be a big deal, but it is like the number one thing that keeps you from selling your products because you're constantly making these little tweaks on it. You constantly are updating. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your ingredients and your labels and your jars and all of the things. And it just doesn't like give the same, like it just doesn't really lend itself to more sales. It lends itself to costing you sales. This next one is something that I find myself to be extremely guilty of as well. Can't decide if I'm more of like the tweaking the labels person or more of this person. But you'll have to let me know down in the comments which one you think you are. I am so guilty of trying to do all of the things, and I am aware that that is super vague, but I truly do believe it is true. If you're trying to do all of the markets, email your email lists consistently, sell your products, pitch to wholesalers, fulfill wholesale orders, which are a whole different ballgame from retail orders. Make sure your packaging is reflective of your actual collection. Plan everything and execute it. And you're one person, it's really going to be tough for you. You'll find yourself like squandering. And I don't know if that's a word. I think it is. I should know. Like, I'm a teacher. But anyway, I find myself to be at my lowest confidence level when I am trying to do all of those things because I just know it's never going to work out. And I'm setting myself up for failure before I even get to launch my products in the first place. So, this is obviously something that's costing you sales because if you have no idea what your next move is because you're too busy trying to do 15 different things, you're not going to sell anything. Just like if you're doing an event every weekend, you're never going to catch up. And not to mention, you're going to miss all of this precious time with your family in the holiday season because you're constantly making more and more and more and more. You don't need to make more and more. You need one solid collection with a like finite number of offerings and availability. Then cut it after that, produce those products, launch those products, market those products, and sell them. That is what's going to get you those sales you are looking for, and it's going to boost your confidence going into 2026. Okay, this one is not so much descriptive of me per se because I do a very good job of ignoring other people's social media because I wasn't always like this, but I'm really good at it now because I have identified that as one thing that really honestly triggers me into being extremely counterproductive. I know that if I go on Instagram and I see someone else's beautiful candle brand, I'm going to stop what I'm doing and stop the messaging that I've been working so hard on to kind of figure out why they're more successful than me and then try to like emulate that. And that is terrible, obviously, for your confidence, for your mindset, for your life in general, but also for your business, right? Because number one, you don't want to be an imposter. Number two, people can see that from a mile away. People can see all of these tiny little tweaks. Your customers can see all of these like little subtle changes that you think are subtle, but they're actually not subtle, right? Because they're sending mixed messages, which stops your customers from buying you and is absolutely costing you those sales. 100%, no doubt about it. And besides, there's nothing worse than having your full product collection planned and then trying to change something last minute because, in your opinion, someone has a better idea than you. It's just such a not great way to live your life. So, if you are that type of person, it took me a little while to realize that I was that person. But if you are that type of person, I would highly recommend doing what I do. And I took Instagram off of my phone. I had posted on my business Instagram for a year straight. I think I honestly missed maybe 25 days out of that entire year. I was posting daily. I was doing all the research. I was doing all the things, and it still didn't show any growth for me. At the time, I've been at like 315 followers for well over a year after posting that like consistently and like vigorously. So it was really easy for me to take Instagram off of my phone. I was getting on it and then being sad all the time. So I took it off of my phone. I do have TikTok, but I actually don't post on my business TikTok either. I have like a few posts here and there, but I kind of ran into the same thing. I use TikTok for other reasons, mostly to scroll while I'm hanging out in bed, desperately trying to stay awake for a little bit longer before the chaos of the next day begins. But yeah, I don't post on social media like for business purposes. I only have this YouTube channel here that I am working on. And yeah, it just is one of those things. I feel like mindset is extremely important. And if you don't have the right one, or if you have a weaker mindset and keep finding things to poke at, it's really going to be a struggle for you to grow and be successful. So there is that to keep in mind for sure. Ah, look at me changing directions again. I feel like this is just way more formal, but I like leaning on my desk here. But I like back there because I can just kind of like chill. I don't know. I like both of them. So I'll just continue to go back and forth. So anyway, just looking at my notes, what I wanted to talk about next was where you could put your focus and where you should put your focus to encourage and increase your holiday collection sales as a part-time handmade business owner. And the three things that I think will have the greatest impact on your business in a short period of time is emphasizing your visibility, simplifying your production process, and storytelling to your customer base. These three things are going to be the key to your holiday collection success. So let's spend a little bit of time talking about each one of them. When will I change my seat again? I don't know. You'll have to stick around and subscribe to find out. So first and foremost, your visibility. This definitely will shape the success of your collection and your holiday sales, assuming you have a monetary goal or a monetary measure of success. I did talk about other measures of success in this extremely rambling video that I posted last week about holiday collections, because it just, is one of those things, right? You could have a monetary goal, but your goal might not be revenue based. It might be community based, like mine is. And I talked about it again in detail in last week's video. So you'll definitely need to check that out. What you should do is spend the energy you have for visibility showing up consistently in one place, not trying to stretch yourself across multiple platforms or multiple ways of being visible, because that is not going to strengthen your message like you think it will. It's going to cause you to burn out and dilute your message, right? So here's what I would do. I would choose one way to truly market your products and go 100% full force with a plan into that. If I had a email list that was from, wherever, markets or my Shopify site, or you can't get them on Etsy, which is one reason I really don't like Etsy. So however you collect emails, right? Let's assume you have an email list. I would 100% put my energy on marketing super strongly and extremely focused into my email list. Everyone says it, so it has to be true. Your email list is exactly where you need to show up for strengthening your sales. And I could definitely see why. But if I was the person doing vendor markets, I would definitely put all of my visibility eggs in my marketing materials basket, right? So people can remember you. And definitely, if you're doing that, make sure you put like a coupon somewhere in your marketing materials. Like if you have an insert for your bags or something like that, or if you have like a little sign, maybe you have a sign that says, if you follow me on Instagram, I'll give you a free bar of soap, or like whatever your offering is. That would be a really great way to encourage your visibility and increase that visibility as well. The bottom line is you need to pick one place to show up extremely clearly and like gung ho. After your visibility, it comes simplifying your production process. You really need to just double down on what's already working and not try to figure out something new. Save figuring out something new for January when your sales are dead, when we're in a winter wonderland graveyard, right? That's honestly what I'm doing, right? I'm going to be doing the same thing. I have like 2 goals left for 2025, and I'm going to spend January and February really focusing hard on those new offerings that I want to have for my business here, for the strategy studio, for makers like you, where we can grow and refine our messages together. And that's going to be a beautiful thing when it happens. But I know trying to do it in December is not going to be it. I'm going to save it for Winter Wonderland Graveyard. Maybe that will be a series for me. Introducing the Winter Wonderland Graveyard, like the things that you can do in January and February for your handmade business. I don't know. It sounded good in my head, but you'll have to let me know what it sounds like here afterward. I don't know. I might end up editing that out because it took a little bit of a turn. Um, yeah. So again, for simplifying your production process, double down on what's already working. Find a way to package your best sellers, but include that it is your best seller in your messaging. Or maybe you have like your limited edition products, right? We've talked about product angles before. Maybe you have a beautiful way that you can angle this offering. But again, it should be something that your customers have seen before that they already trust. Take your best seller, package it in a new way that doesn't stretch you too thin through the production process or like financially, and present that to your customer base because they will love it. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, I love this candle so much. And I know my mother-in-law will love it. This is a great gift for her. And then finally, your storytelling. This one is probably the most complicated, if I do say so myself, because it seems very easy, but if you're not a like more whimsical creative person, this will be a challenge for you. If you're like an analytical type of person, this will be hard for you. But basically what you want to do is kind of take on the tone of your holiday collection, like whatever your theme is for your holiday collection, and make sure you update everything to reflect that. So if you have new product descriptions, or maybe you don't have new product descriptions, but you update them, add a little blurb that kind of ties in the holiday season, and then remember to delete it later, right? Don't leave it in there. You can really, really emphasize this if, again, you're working with your email list or your marketing, like your display can share it. You know, I'm not the type of person to say you should go and spend a bunch of money on like holiday specific things. And I've stuck to that throughout my years because I feel like if you're unsure about your audience and you don't have a solid customer base that values you, you're going to end up with those holiday items like for months afterward. And then they're just like wasted products because most of our, you know, body products aren't going, assuming you're in the body product business, won't be good next year. And then you're just kind of stuck with it. And it's like a weird kind of thing. I'm just looking at what I have on the shelf behind you. I have a couple of pumpkin things that I really need to move in the next couple of weeks. So I'll probably do a little something, something for my personal Facebook. You know, I don't really have business social media, so I just use my personal Facebook with people in my real life. So I'd love to kind of offer them these fall specific products. Maybe I'll do like a little sale or maybe like a little giveaway or something like that. But yes, your storytelling, kind of refresh everything and frame it around your holiday collection. I think this would be really great because you don't need new products to do that. And if I can emphasize again, one major thing in this entire video, it is that trying to offer new products or more products or extra products or add-ons, that is the ultimate thing costing you sales over the holiday season. It's not anything else. Other things play a part in it, but you will find so much more success and you will measure yourself with so much more success and hold yourself in such a higher regard if you stick with what you already have and find ways to market it better and really emphasize it better. Oh, I switched up on you again. Okay. So just really quickly, I just wanted to touch on one more thing when it comes to taking on that storytelling role for your business, whether it's like through the holiday season or whenever it is that you're doing a marketing campaign. I have a resource that can help you, and it is a free one, right? So I'm not like pitching you to buy anything after telling you that buying things is costing you money. Like, that's not what I'm doing. I have a free masterclass. It is down in the description box below. It is all about using ChatGPT to be your storyteller. And it is a great resource for us part-timers. We want to be successful, but we don't have as much time as full-time, you know, handmade business owners do. So I walk you through so many things. in this course based on using ChatGPT as an assistant for you, but in there is a lot of detail on how you can take your brand message, right? Your mission, your values, your goals, your products, etc., and really get a response back from ChatGPT that is aligned to your business and sounds like you. It's not going to sound techy. It's not going to sound like AI wrote it. Like, it is truly something that I believe in and I created as a free resource to bring value to you as a handmade business owner. Like I said, totally free. It's down in the description box below. It does have a lot of strategy in it. And I'm pretty sure the recording is about 45 minutes if I'm thinking about it correctly. There's like a workbook and everything, but this can really, really help you with your holiday collection if you're making those tweaks, but you're not exactly sure how to say the things that you want to say, or you know what your hero products are or your best offering, like you know what it is, but you don't know how to say it and sell it in a way that doesn't sound fake and like, buy my product, please, you know? So I would definitely recommend checking that out. It is in the description box below. And then one final thought that I have based on this topic. When I'm feeling like I have no idea if I'm doing the right thing or not, or if I can't decide if I'm making the right move or not, something that I do is ask myself if I am just going to spend this time to spin my wheels, or if what I'm about to do is going to potentially grow my audience or sell my products or encourage my customers to be more loyal to me. And oftentimes I have found a true alignment in the things that I can answer yes to that question with and things that I answer no to that question with. So it's just something that could very well help you if you're trying to make some quick decisions for your holiday collection. I'm sure by now most of us are done, like at least with the planning and probably the preparation phase of it. But I do still think there is a ton of value in asking yourself that question throughout the year, but especially here when it tends to be like a busier, more stressful time, you know? All right, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. If today's video resonated with you at all, please hit that subscribe button so you receive notification about the Strategy Studio and my upcoming videos. Like I said, down in the description, I do have links to both of the free workshops or this workshop and the masterclass that I have created, and I would love for you to be a part of those as well. Come back into the comments and let others know what you thought about it so they can judge if it would be a good fit for them as well. Although it is free, so I'd recommend everybody checks it out, but yeah, it might be helpful to others if you come back and share your experiences with the masterclass or the workshop. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you next week. Bye.